There are financial decisions that everyone looking down the barrel of retirement must make. By the time you're 62, you better be thinking about Social Security because a decision must be made. When do you want to take it? And currently, the level of income you're going to get goes up 7 to 8% a year for each year you wait. Well, that's very important for you to consider. The temptation is take it at 62 and you'll take less, not a little less, a lot less than if you wait till your normal retirement year designation, which is 66 and a half years or thereabouts. And you optimize if you can wait beyond age 70, 70 and a half. Now, that may well change, but there are important considerations that you have to look at within your cash flow and within your family. That this is a very important decision that must be evaluated. Likewise for Medicare. Are you going to sign up for Medicare at age 65? Are you going to keep your Independence Blue Cross, Blue Shield, or Aetna, or other insurance that you had for many, many years? Make a decision. Get some help. Work with professionals to see what would benefit you the most. Also, as you take a look at Roth IRAs and 401ks, there are choices there and benefits from waiting until after you're 59 and a half to start taking out of a traditional pre-tax pension plan. Not a problem, but don't ignore it. Bring that into your analysis and see what impact that has on you. If you don't need the money, postpone your Social Security. Meet with your fiduciary financial advisor and run the numbers. See what it means to you and where you can optimize it. If you're married, then you have two Social Securities to be dealing with, and you might take one and let the other one roll. Lots of good choices. In terms of evaluating your Medicare Part B and other choices that you need to make, all worthy of conversations and visits to evaluate what's in your best interest. And how do you maximize the benefits that you do have? Roth IRAs bring a whole new set of challenges because once you funded them, you already paid the taxes. Do you let the money continue to grow? Do you begin to take out a set amount after so many years? Is it going to supplement your income? All good choices to consider. Not a simple decision, but my point here is it's worthy of you taking the time to analyze it and get good advice and then put it to use. So as you plan how you want to execute your goals and dreams, who you want to involve in them, are you involving kids beyond yourself or yourself and your spouse? All takes effort and takes review. The buzz that I hear is always about Social Security and Medicare. And once you get to that age, you're in retirement. I think that's ridiculous. Yes, those are trigger points that you need to get prepared for. Absolutely. But they have nothing to do with retirement. If you want to work on and you want to stay vital and active, why would you just say, well, I'm going to go on Social Security and call it a day? That's enough. Next thing you know, you're counting pennies and going, we're running short. We don't have enough to live. And we don't have enough of what we need to be able to go after our goals and our dreams or spend time going to visit our kids. I think right now, that's a popular one. As clients approach those golden years, they're saying, I want to go to LA to visit this child, and I want to go to Detroit to visit that child, or I want to go down to Raleigh and go spend some time with my daughter who just had a baby. Very important priorities. Social Security won't pay for all this. It doesn't work that way. In my experience, retirement is a much, much bigger conversation. And that's the way you want to look at it. It's a conversation about what does my bigger future look like? And how can I make it everything I want it to be? Next step, of course, is making sure you're eating healthy, you're working out properly, you're getting the exercise you need, you're getting the sleep, that 8 hours from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. or longer, so that you feel good and you're taking good care of your body. But for you to have that money to go do the other things, you've got to think far beyond Social Security and Medicare. The consequences of making the incorrect retirement decisions are significant. For example, if you said, I need the money, I want to go get my Social Security the instant I possibly can, and you collect $1,000 a month, just to pick a number, the consequences are actually irreversible if, in fact, you could have taken your spouse's Social Security, which would have filled the gap of what you needed, and you're the older person, so you're going to get to the maximum payouts higher, which could have been $1,500 or $1,700 a month for the rest of your life. Now, I'm going to play that back the other way as well. If, on the other hand, your health wasn't so good and waiting until you were 70 and a half to take it meant theoretically you'd make more money. If you only lived to 72, that was a huge blunder. In that second example, you want to take the money as quickly as you can because your longevity is you've established from your parents or your siblings or your lineage shows for an early demise, then you want the maximum amount of money you can get at the earliest possible age. So it's important to consider what are the hereditary issues along with what are your financial needs. Another example of this would be if you did all of your pre-tax savings in traditional IRAs. That might apply very well to someone who's near retirement and wants to use it sooner. But then again, if your desire was to save money for your kids and you don't need the IRA money at all, perhaps you had a tough year, your income was low, and you do your IRA conversion to a Roth if it's available to you. If your CPA feels that's an appropriate tax move, and then you can let the money grow and grow and grow through your lifetime and into your children's. These are very important considerations that you should make and make early, particularly when it comes to different forms of pre-tax and post-tax savings plans. When you think about Social Security, it may feel like it's unimportant. You're already a success. You've built up a lot in your own private business, or you've developed an excellent income over the years working for your company. So that few $1,000s a month coming in from Social Security may seem like it doesn't really impact your life. I'm proposing that since retirement or continuing into your next chapter is so incredibly important, that you do figure it in. Look, it may be $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 or more a month. And remember, my mandate here is don't look at retirement as shrinking your world down to something in which you can relax in. I think it's a time to reinvent yourself and expand your horizons. Do a lot of those things you've dreamed of but didn't have the time to do. Expand what you want to accomplish in different ways. As I mentioned earlier, you might want to be a consultant back to the company you worked for. You may want to become an independent. You may want to start a business with one of your kids. So as you expand your horizons and challenge yourself mentally in doing new things, do take Social Security into account. Do consider your pension. Maybe it does make sense to do a lump sum distribution out of your corporate pension plan because there are certain things you'll want to do with that money and invest in that new business, or start a new ice cream shop with your child, or co-invest. I think that makes a lot of sense if you have a child in the real estate business or in the legal business and they come up with some good ideas. Encourage them by becoming their partner. Help them to stretch their limits as you co-partner with your kids or a very close friend who you've wanted to have more in contact with. And here's a good opportunity to do so. Make it count. I've been asked many times, how do you turn the dream of retirement into reality? And my view is there's lots of resources out there. And I don't just mean your cell phone, and I don't mean the travel agent. I mean, if you look hard out there, you don't have to be a mega millionaire to make that trip around the world. There are several large groups catered to helping seniors to make their dreams come true. Formerly known as Elder Hostel, now is Rhodes Scholar, would be one choice. And Adventures Abroad would be a second. The Rhodes Scholar is for those who want to do this frugally, meaning maybe they're organized by universities. You may even stay in a college dorm. It's okay. You don't have to stay in a big fancy hotel, and you'll be with other seniors who want to go see the world. Adventures Abroad is more for those that want cultural immersion. So you may spend more money, but get some of those cultural opportunities to see and hear and go on guided tours to see some of those areas that you didn't finish on your bucket list. And my thought is, as you meet with your fiduciary financial advisor to go through your goals with what you can afford, utilize these kinds of tools. and take a look on the web. This is where your phone, which should be a good tool to help you find the kinds of resources you need to do things on a budget if money's a problem. But go for your goals. There's so many exciting things to do out there in the world, places to see, people to meet, to expand your social network. Go have fun. If you're excited by these ideas on creating a more vibrant, exciting, bigger future, instead of retiring, your first step should be to assess your life, meaning do a life review cost-wise. What can you afford? Meaning do a lifestyle expense overview type worksheet. You can choose to do that with your spouse. I recommend meeting with a professional to help you make sure that you get it done properly, and then test it. After that, look at how do your goals and dreams fit in with your reality of what you can afford to do. And then lay out what are the proper steps to make and prioritize what comes first, what really fits within the budget. Do you need to work on beyond? Maybe it's 2 days a week, maybe it's 3 days a week to pay off some of those bills as you get a sense of what retirement actually looks like and what it feels like. I think it's no different than if you're going to move to a new city, you don't buy, you rent. Give yourself that 1 year period to try it out in a rental, but apply that to your retirement. Continue to work 2 or 3, maybe it's even 4 days a week as you edge into more time for you and less time for your profession and earning an income. Best of success. If you enjoyed hearing today these ideas to build your own bigger future, we'd love to hear from you. Don't hesitate to call our team. We'd be happy to have a discovery call and see what we can do to help you get on your way. Best of success.